Welcome to YellBRo. I am Jordan, and today, that's right, Steven Crowder versus Sam Seder. Oh baby, I'm gonna do some form of attempt at body languagey psychoanalysis of Crowder because it's so funny. Uh, yeah. Also, I'm gonna try to. I'm experimenting with monetization. I'm gonna try to use this video to do it. A money grubbing asshole. But first, please remember to share, support, hopefully donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery and Unapologetic's GoFundMe. Both links in the description box. I know one you can't donate to, the other he already got his car back, but hey, fuck it, share it anyways. Make them open it back up and start fucking pouring money in their pockets. Fuck it. Why not help? Or, overhelp. Let's overhelp. So Devon's Journey to Recovery, Unapologetic, both links in the description box. Thank you. All right. So let me give a little synopsis here. So Steven Crowder was supposed to be on this guy's show, Ethan Klein from H3 Podcast, whatever the fuck, right? Like a 3 million subscriber channel. Seems like a clickbaity drama channel or whatever the fuck. Whatever. And I guess Crowder was supposed to go on and debate this guy. But I think the Ethan guy and Sam Seder kind of coordinated as a way to get Seder to debate for the Ethan guy against Crowder because there's this past history of allegedly Crowder ducking debates with this guy. I think he's ducking him. Let's be real about that. Come on, man. I heard the videotapes, the Politicon fucking video recording. Fucking funny. It seems like he's avoiding that guy because when you're in that type of lane, which is the attempt to make neoconservatism popular, you're going to avoid certain things. Like you'll avoid certain topics, you'll avoid certain people, on and so forth. It's not about you really. It's more about you making sure we can bomb more countries. So naturally, this guy would have no shame in partaking in shallow PR moves to get himself in and out of situations. I think he would have zero shame about it. So, naturally, if someone catches him by surprise, or maybe not even by surprise, I don't know. It seems like it's by surprise. Naturally, you're going to see the wiggling and the shimmying and the get me out of here type shit. You're going to see that. The voice gets higher. Also, for Crowder fans who are probably going to downvote this video, even though I'm going to be real with you, I'm being real with you. Trying to be as 100% real with you as possible. But you won't believe that. You'll just thumbs the video down and move on with your life. That's okay, too. Run away. Also, there's probably going to be, it's possible, some Seder fans will pop in, too. I'm not a large channel, but still the topic apparently is popular. And I get my videos where sometimes I get a decent amount of views for me. I suspect the Seder fans will show up too, and I look at Seder as a cold-minded type of person, very cerebral, and probably wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror, and says, "Fuck you." Just hates himself, like, "Fuck you, piece of shit." His biggest passion in the day, looking in the mirror and telling himself to go fuck himself. So yeah, I have no allegiance to Sam Seder at all, or any fucking content creator or anything like that. I have an allegiance with people, or nature in general. People are part of nature, but I have no psychological team playing, fanboying thing happening for Seder or Crowder. Just letting that be known from the beginning, even though I'm probably going to downvote it anyways. So here we go. I'm going to try my best. And the reason I'm focusing on Crowder here is because it seems like such an obvious psychological tells of like the way he's going about this. It's very interesting. And I'm gonna play his video version of it, to where he gets to edit in fucking whatever DMs or something. So here we go. This is Steven Crowder versus Ethan Klein and Sam Seder, I guess. And Crowder has a friend with him. I don't know who that guy is. But here we go.
Yeah, because this mic hasn't been adjusted, guys. Hold on, let me adjust this because I have to set it to human height since Dave was doing it. I can see some weird contact thing there. Okay.
Damn it, Stryker. You trolled your way to getting a shout out in one of my fucking videos.
This. Check 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. Okay, you guys are gonna call him and sound check him. Yeah. I bet this guy's gonna do anything he can to avoid actually debating. Yeah. I think he wants to do anything that he possibly can to avoid.
Now, if I go over and click on this guy's channel, I just do this. I go to videos, right, and you see selling this random lady. He doesn't look like he's doing politics at all. Doesn't really seem like it. Maybe he's doing like the cancel culture. There's a Joe Rogan thing. Cancel culture, pop YouTube, celebrities. It seems like that type of shit, right? So I'm like, that's nothing to brag about, in my opinion. Like, I don't see anything where you're like, he's gonna be afraid of me. I think you'd be afraid of me, Crowder. Be real about that. I think you'd run in a heartbeat, like your fans usually run away too. So stick around, say some interesting things. We might debate a little bit, but it doesn't go too well. All right, let's keep playing this. He would struggle over here, just being real with you. He'd struggle with Seder, and Seder's fucking mediocre at best. He's like a tier below, he's like a neoliberal gatekeeper, right? The character he plays isn't like a neoliberal, but he sort of, in a way, protects those guys. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but MSNBC. All right, here we go. There's more Crowder.
Yeah, let me know when you want to.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait, when you want me to admit him into the room, I'll just do that.
Sure. Well, yeah.
He's afraid of me.
I don't want to sit there and talk with their producer Dan and stuff, but I don't think this guy wants to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if you.
Yeah, man.
He's probably going to bring someone else on.
I scorch college
producer,
kids.
like a fan of that Seder character. Yeah, that'd be my bet. But hey, hopefully he mans up. Okay, you can do your sound check.
Alrighty, here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit right here while you guys. Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, I did mess up a little bit. I don't think he was surprised, and he accidentally. I don't know if he accidentally does it, but
Hey,
he
guys,
spills
can you
it
hear us?
once he starts getting into it with Seder. I don't know why this needs to be here.
Food crumbs on this thing? It's like a crescent moon of filth.
Hi, Steven.
Hey, Ethan, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I just want to say on a serious note that I'm glad your wife is okay. I heard you had a little bit of a issue
thanks.
with your wife.
Well, she's pregnant with twins, so
Yeah.
it's like well, by the way, congratulations too. I know you guys are
Thank you.
in the same process. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
They switch
Can you
and they
turn
breach.
down a little bit?
Oh, sorry, am I too loud for you?
No, I just told Dan, our producer, to turn the volume down a little bit. You're
I'm
good.
gonna take out my-
Producers.
Yeah, they switch and they breach, and so she
They're
actually
rolling around.
Yeah. I mean, at first they said C-section,
Okay.
and they said,
no.
"Oh, we reached a yeah."
So how far in is she?
She's due late from the under neurological
Mm.
condition, but evil. And
One of them ate the third one.
Yeah, something happened there. Well, it seems like whenever you see them in pictures, there's one on in social media.
Just want to record it. That's
Yeah, you
the
can.
idea. Okay.
Yeah, and we can send you the file if we want because we have the master file, everything. So we use Zoom either. We did you ever get sold on that Skype TX box? Remember when that came out?
Oh no, I've always had such a pain with Skype that Zoom has always been really good. So.
Well, the Skype TX box is like from New Tech.
Irrelevant.
Those, but not the exclusively designed Skype TX box.
Record it and then something else you mentioned. I don't know how on
Well,
topic
I just
you want
thought,
to keep it.
yeah, however you want to do it. I thought that since that was kind of the subject that got
makes
us
sense.
into a tiff, that we could talk about
Irrelevant.
sort of the CDC, sort of medical authorities, and you
Yeah.
can tell me where you disagree with me, and then also kind of big tech because that ties in, with the CDC and
Yeah.
World Health Organization. And
Okay.
I'll just I'll introduce it to my, I have a little bit of a different audience, so let them know kind of who you are, what's going on, and if you want to do the same, that's fine. But
Yeah. Of course. We'll let them know.
all right, I
Okay.
will go. And
So, all right.
I'll give you a countdown, and then I'll 3, 2. All right, okay. I'm really glad to have my next guest on the show, and I've always said this. I always respect people who enter into the arena, and
Come on, bro.
we've had a lot of debates on this show, which is different from like a change room
arena.
where we sit down and have conversations. But my old Brazilian jiu-jitsu coach always said, "If you come a switch, we go switch. You go spicy, we're gonna do a little spicy." So we always try and keep it as respectful as possible. And I really do appreciate the guy making the time because a lot of people has a huge YouTube channel, several YouTube channels, one of the OGs. A lot of people watch him. You know him, some of you like him, some of you don't. Same can be said for me. Ethan Klein from H3H3. Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
I think I
which is
used something
fine,
like
which is
that. Yeah,
fine, and
yeah.
I think you're right because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what we
So
were going to
Dan,
talk
whenever you're
about is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through Playful Ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder. What a fucking nightmare.
Thank you, Stephen.
I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah,
well-
I told Dave. Remember I told you? I said I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with mental health issues. Ethan
Steven,
Klein
you
doesn't
know what?
stand up and do his own
brought on-
fighting.
I gotta say,
Bring
It's
on
just
Mo.
hilarious.
told
Let's
my
bring on
producers
FM.
that you would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point.
Does
Yes,
that
that's
include Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan and Ben
Rubin
and Dave
Ben
Rubin and Jordan
Shapiro,
Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
and not just
Sam
attempting to get
Seder.
your audience by jumping in.
Well, I debated with Charlie Kirk. Stephen, I mean, it's about issues.
It's about
Let's
issues,
talk
yeah.
about those issues.
That's what you're
I
doing
think you have
here.
Some
Yeah.
valid points.
You're so clever. I
think
had
we
no
should
idea
discuss.
that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts
I
eyes.
wish every.
You take those off with the
They
velveteen
really are.
buttons.
They're just
Well, you must have
black
been
eyes,
very worried
aren't they?
about
Like
this, Stephen. I don't know
no
why.
one's
It would
worried
be-
No,
about
come on,
it. It's why I
Sam.
didn't want to
Concern-
do
Give me a
it.
second.
Let's have
Sam,
the
come
debate.
on.
If
Just
no
I'll tell you
one's
what. I have a
worried, let's
general.
do this.
I have a general rule.
This is a great
I don't start a
opportunity
debate based
to-
with people on a lie. And how
Or
about you get to a,
sabotaging?
how about you get to a
Stephen,
30th
show
of the
your-
audience?
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't debate people based on a lie. What does that mean? What does that mean? Meaning you were supposed to debate one person, but someone else showed up to debate the same exact issue? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense. If you really want to talk about this issue. And then you called the other guy a layup. That's very interesting. It's an interesting take there. Also him knowing who Sam Seder's schedule, apparently. Also very interesting. Here we go.
Audience
you
share.
coward. Stephen, show
A
your
30th of the
Don't show your
audience.
co-host.
Ethan, you should show yourself.
Ethan, how can you?
Typical pivot, right? You don't have enough. You don't have as much followers as I do. But that means nothing in the realm of arguing ideas, right? That shouldn't mean anything. If it means something to you, then you're probably being cucked by a Crowder type of person who he'd be tricking you into believing that audience size means anything in regards to ideas, right? Unless Crowder started that. He started life at 5 million subscribers or something. Pretty sure he had to build that, right? By, discussing ideas and shit. That's, it's kind of the point. Even though I'm sure a lot of Crowder fans don't actually watch for ideas. It's not an insult. Like, I just don't think you guys watch for the ideas. I think you watch more for entertainment. That's just my guess. But let's continue.
Respect yourself as a man,
believe
brother.
in something so strongly that you're not willing to debate.
Stop showing your little leprechaun.
Right. Hey, Ethan, come on, Ethan. Why do you have to bring on a guy who has a 30th of the viewership of yourself?
Saddest thing I've ever heard. So you have a guy with
It's always a constant pivot. Look at your audience size. Like I said before, it's a constant pivot to where fans actually repeat. I get that a lot from many different people. All people that just don't, I don't know, they really love whoever they're protecting. Like, they really like that person. So, they always pivot to that shit.
with less viewers to come on to debate him because you can't. Why don't you get?
Apparently, he had to.
Why are you bringing on someone with less viewers? What's that to do with anything?
Well, look, you're the one.
At all.
You're the one who got personal and started
You're the one that got angry about it.
Look,
the debate.
hold on a second. All right, hold on. Let me hear what Pigpen has to say here really quick.
Fair enough.
But Ethan, look, I don't. Hold on a second, Ethan. This is because initially I came out here to talk with Ethan. Ethan, come on, man. Look, the same reason that I haven't ever had a conversation with Sam Seder is the same reason that Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro don't owe him anything. It's based on a lie, Ethan. Just like you claiming my booker reached out to you, Ethan, when you know that's not true.
What's the lie?
His Booker's is dead, by the way. I know people pointing it out. It's just funny to make fun of this guy. But here we go.
There's no one ducking you,
Popcorn
Sam.
muscles.
I've never.
So afraid.
Sam. I can call out Mike Tyson. It doesn't mean that I'm ducking him.
You are so worried about
Why do you
this.
feel that?
I
Why do you
honestly
feel that
don't.
anyone, Sam? Why do you feel that anyone owes you airtime when you have a 40th of the audience and you've been doing the show
I don't think
for 10 times
anybody
as
owes
long?
me airtime. I think that Ethan has just given it to me.
Right.
I didn't ask him for it.
Right. No,
And
you've been
so
begging for it for
the
a
real
long time with
question is
everyone
begging
bigger
for
than
it.
yourself.
Why are
Yeah,
you
he
so
found a
He
way
can't
to
build an
engaging
audience,
with me?
and so what happens is he
Why are
uploads
you so
15 times
worried about-
more,
Do you
has
think
less
your
than a
audience
50th of the
says-
audience.
Well, that's why he wants.
Like, please explain how that's the honorable thing to do, right? Because the whole point is to make the world better, right? And if Sam has bad ideas, I would expect an expert like Crowder to fucking point them out and knock them down so that we arrive at so that the audience, everyone who's watching, right? Because a lot of people wanted to see this happen. This shit's trending on Twitter. So to say that it's just, you're an irrelevant guy, you have a 40th of my audience, but for some reason it made it trending on Twitter, right? I guess that's alongside the Ethan guy, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted to see this happen. A lot of fucking people. And there's your chance. You get a giant fucking platform with all these fucking views. Look, this almost had 1 million views. It's from 8 hours ago, bro. That's a lot of views. That's a lot of people watching it. And trust me, those are not all your fans. I can see 12,000 downvotes right there. Right? I can see 12,000 downvotes. That means there's a lot of people watching that are outside of your normal audience. And this is your chance to show how your ideas are better than any of these guys. But that's not where he'll go. He needs to protect his image first, which is sure signs of a grifter. If you ask me, based on the things I've heard, the dude's a creep too. Like, I think he's more creepy than he is grifter, to be honest with you. I know this thing generates a shit ton of money and all that shit, but the ideas I heard are like, fuck, are you... Sorry, dude creeps me out, man. Like, as a human, kind of creeps me out. And this is uber suspect behavior. Very, very suspect behavior, if you ask me. Right? You're supposed to be, I'm the guy with the bigger platform. Well, then fucking show it. Show why you have more viewers and why more people care about what you're saying, other than PR. Showcase your ideas that showcase why Sam Seder should be nowhere in your league. What the freak? My God, I've seen this guy. I've seen Crowder scramble from normal Q&A questions, like a crowd of college kids. I've seen him try to scramble away and stall and run timeout. To where he's like, "Okay, gotta go," and it's like, what the hell, man? How come the audience isn't his audience? How come his audience doesn't notice that? That's very weird, man. I suspect I'll just get straight up comments like, you're stupid. Like, and that's it. And it's like, fuck. Daddy taught you well. Advertise that someone's bad, not actually explain how someone's bad. Gotcha. And we're not an idiocracy or anything like that. Let's continue though.
Wants to debate you is so he can build his audience.
Sam, come on.
Your audience
Yeah.
cares that I only
I mean, my God. Sorry. Look at the fucking title. Can you see this? Can you see the title? See that? The greatest self-own. H3H3 wrecks himself. And then brags about it? Is that what we're getting from this? Is that what we're seeing right in front of us? Are we watching H3H3 wreck himself? What are we... Come on, man. It's like... Talk about fucking honesty. My God. If this is your hero, I was like, fuck. Sorry. I know his audience is in the realm of dunking on people or whatever, but... like, you know, like you said to Cedar's audience is too small to even be anywhere near talking to Crowder, right? So that makes me way below, right? Way down there. So I'm like, any Crowder fan wants to step up. You won't, but if you do. You won't, but if you do, I'm here. All right, let's continue.
Times more has less than a 50th of the audience.
Well, that's why he wants to debate you is so he can build his audience.
Sam, come on.
your audience
Yeah.
cares that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have what, 6 or 7
I
million
think. Let me answer.
subscribers?
Can I answer your
I don't
question?
think
Can I
they
answer your
do.
question? Can I answer your question? Do you want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben Shapiro's
Now
and
they
Dave
all
Rubin.
know who I
That says nothing. First of all, that says nothing. Second of all, it's like, oh, debate him, so you give him a name, and every time someone in your audience hears his name, they'll be like, oh, this guy sucks. Because Crowder, destroyed him on camera. How come that's not the... How come you just do that, then? I'm sorry if fans fall for this. I don't know what to tell you. But I see it in other places. I see it in small, way smaller channels than either one of these guys. That happens. Where like something happens right in front of your eyes, and the response is, shut up. Quit ankle biting. It's like, holy fuck, is that how we progress forward? Right? All these guys, if they're in this political arena, like a Sam Seder or Steven Crowder or any of these other fucking political channels, if they're in that political lane, clearly the whole thing, at least on the surface, is about trying to make things better. Whether you're a guy who exposes lies, or you're a guy with ideas that you think should be better, or that you think would be better for the world, or candidates that you study through and through, and then you're like, hey, you present the guy as this is the guy that we should be looking at as our next whatever candidate for whatever it is, right? Granted, we all understand that's not what people get, right? I don't think that's what people get. I mean, oh man, someone tells me he's gonna get the Jimmy Dore excuse. Crowder, he's just a comedian. even if he actually had the debate with Seder, and Seder fucking smushed him to pieces, they'd still, he's just a comedian though. Fuck. Making a lot of claims out here and then not following through with it. It's very interesting. And a guy who he's making it sound like I knew Seder was going to be here. Like he sounds so like he has nothing to say really, like in response to that, other than you have a smaller crowd than me. You have a smaller audience than me, huh? Like, that says nothing. It's like you basically just told your fans you're just a career climber. You're not about actually trying to make things better, bro. You just admitted that, and the fans were like, "Yeah, see that? He's just jealous. That's why he wants to debate you on this topic." All right, here we go.
You is so he can build his audience.
Sam, come on.
Crowder, would your prep would have been different because the person's in front, who the person is in front of you?
And you have what, 6 or 7
I think. Let me answer. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question? Do you want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben Shapiro's and Dave Rubin. Now they all know who you are because you had to shoehorn yourself into another coward show.
Into another
College
show.
students every day that you do
Why
that,
are we
Hold on a second. Hold on a
they
second.
don't know who
This
those
is another
college
lie. This
students
is
are.
another lie. Let me clarify, Sam. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind. Everyone knows on the show, right?
Yes.
We've had
How
professors
did
on the.
you know I
this is
ended
what's,
my
he's not
show
gonna talk.
early last week, Stephen? If you're
Because you're an idiot, and half of your staff doesn't like you.
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because
I
he's a
watch it all the
diehard
time.
fan.
Well,
There-
Wait a minute. Are you getting info from staffers at Sam's? What does that have to do with the topic? Why are you? What would be the purpose of that? Are you fucking like a fucking diss rapper or something? You a battle rapper? You need to look up information on the other person so they can have punchlines? What? Why are you doing that? That's fucking creepy. That's severe. That's very fucking creepy. Like, why? I'd be like, oh, this is unimportant. It's like, so what? That means you could have prepped and debated him and embarrassed him. Holy shit. Fuck, man. Once again, fans, I'm sure you don't see it, but if you don't see how this guy is just murking himself on camera, I mean, he's probably very confident about it because he knows his fans will get his back regardless because it's a culture thing, man. These guys are locked into the culture of the Crowder name and brand and shit, right? They don't actually know this guy. They're locked into the culture, like, oh, I met my friend over here, or we're on Crowder's Discord. We all talk to each other. We bonded. We play video games together. All that shit, right? There's a culture that's been created, which, you know, which is something these guys don't want to give up, and it's all based around Crowder. Somewhere psychologically, it seems like they're basing it on Crowder, the character, instead of like something. The real thing that they should be hanging on to, which is the friendship they built or the relationships they started. That's the real thing you should be caring about, not this fucking bullshit idol. Be real. Come on, bro. There's no, like, if I eliminated Steven Crowder from the equation and just put a random blank face and then wrote the transcript out and said, this is the response of person A, like, would you accept it? Be real. Don't lie about it. Would you accept that as an answer? Right? Wouldn't you look at it weird, like some guy has to try and sneak it, a guy with 1 million subscribers has to sneak his way onto a show to talk to this other guy who has 5 million subscribers? That's weird, right? All right, whatever. Just keep on.
Early last week, Stephen. If you're
because you're an idiot, and half of your staff doesn't like you.
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because he's a
watch it all the
diehard
time.
fan.
Well,
There,
if
I've
you're a
heard
diehard
you,
fan,
but I just met you.
why
Congratulations,
not have
Sam
me
Cedars fan.
And
I'm just a
Stephen have a
huge fan.
conversation.
I like.
Well,
I
right
will
now,
talk
every time I
about
try
the
and talk,
issues
you're
that you wanna
interrupting,
talk
Sam.
about,
Yeah,
Stephen.
Right now, I'm trying to talk with you. You're interrupting,
you
Sam.
bombarded the show to
You
debate.
bombarded. You bombarded my show under a false pretense. You claim that everyone, just like you claim that I ducked a debate with you under a false pretense. Have I ever?
That is what the Politicon people told
Oh,
me.
is that
I
what they
played
told you?
the audio
So you're just
of it.
lazy with your research?
And if big
No,
tech is,
You
what
continue with the
research do
lie.
I need?
You need to
They
research.
Sam, stop interrupting me. Like, this is always an interesting thing. Like, stop interrupting me. And then they go to interrupt them over and over and over again because they have to clean up whatever Seder says which makes Crowder look incriminating. He has to clean up. That's a typical PR grifting type of person. You have to make sure everything stays clean. So if he says something that's like it makes Crowder look bad, like he has to instantly respond and clean it, so that at least when that idea hits the fanboy's fucking mind, there's at least a little bit of Crowder attached to it, so they can, wishy-wash it away. They had that suspension of disbelief. Anyways, here we go.
I
do that with Jay-Z.
Let me explain to you. Hey, whoa. Sam, sweetheart. Sam, fake stand-up comic who we can't find any footage about online. Let me finish.
I'm not a stand-up comic.
Oh, you're not? Okay, that makes sense because everything that I've seen is incredibly unfunny and unentertaining, which may explain the audience numbers.
Irony alert.
Come on, bro. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's fucking funny. It's like stand-up comic who we can't find footage of you doing stand-up comedy. Isn't that something they use against Crowder? It's like that face right there by Crowder. It's like, anyone remember that moment when he flipped out on one of his co-hosts? It was like, whoa, did the real real psycho come out or something? You're not funny. Well, I'm not a stand-up comic. And it's just like, what? I'm sorry. For me, let's just say, forget about all the crap I understand about either one of these guys. I'm sorry, but the Crowder's just not funny. He's not funny as a person to me. So like, even that where he's trying to like, talk shit, do the shit talk thing, like he sucks at it, bro. Well, yeah, your stand-up comedy sucks. I don't do stand-up comedy. Yeah, well, it sucks, though. You're totally not funny. I'm not a stand-up. I'm sorry. That's the funniest. For comedy, that's the funniest part. I don't think that's even... maybe something will pass later, but for now, that's... For sure, that's the funniest part, bro. Listen to that shit
You
again.
continue with the lie. You need to research and say, did Steven ever accept? Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Hey, whoa. Sam, sweetheart. Sam, fake stand-up comic who we can't find any footage about online. Let me finish.
I'm not a stand-up comic.
Oh, you're not? Okay, that makes sense because everything that I've seen is incredibly unfunny and unentertaining, which may explain the audience numbers.
Irony alert,
Comedian.
The irony.
Sam, can I answer your question? Sam,
our discussing things.
Real quick, Cedar's not funny at all. Michael Brooks is funny, or was funny. Seder, nah, I don't think I've ever laughed at anything he's ever done, bro. Fucking cold-minded.
Samuel, can I answer your question?
Yes.
So you have gone on, you've done the same thing with other comics. Everyone has a bigger audience than you. Because you said, I want to speak with Steven Crowder. You believe that at some point there was some acceptance? When have I ever done a Politicon? Ever? When have I as a matter of fact, in the
Look at my
last decade,
excuse.
in the last decade,
All that's irrelevant. He's right there in front of you right now. Your time is free. Your time slot is free. You were scheduling a debate with the other guy, so you have time to debate Seder. There it is, right there. But that requires like some sort of honor or, something like that. But I'm not saying what the Ethan and what Seder did is some honorable fucking thing. For sure, it's not trolling, but it's like clearly like we're trying to get you with this. And their little prank or whatever the fuck, it definitely exposed Crowder to me. Well, I already knew this, but I would hope at least maybe one or two fans at least that aren't fucking, I'd hopefully get a hint of something there. Like, well, that's weird. That's a weird response to this. It's a weird response. Here we go.
In the last decade, I haven't done a single political conference. I hosted CPAC for 4 years and stopped because they suck. They don't pay and they're full of losers. And you've been clamoring for it, and it's a lie.
Gavin told me that you dropped out of doing his show because
this is just hearsay and gossip.
How can he say
I've never met more of a
your
woman
career when he wants to keep debating?
I
never met more of a woman.
All right, okay.
Let's talk about the
So,
issue,
Ethan,
the
do you want to have a
CDC.
conversation, Ethan?
About the vaccine because
Ethan, do you want to have a conversation? You're going to hide.
You felt
Are you gonna hide? He's so, dude. I'm telling you, it's like you've done nothing to show that you're not afraid to debate this guy. I'm sorry, bro. There was hashtags and everything. There's was it trending? Like debate Sam Seder, hashtag debate Sam Seder. I think it was trending, bro, or somewhere near there. And it's like, if that's trending, it's like clearly, yeah, he's garnering some form of an audience. Or at least a bunch of people that want to see that happen. Enough people to where you'd be like, okay, I'm satisfied with this. As you can see by the views he's right? I don't know who these people are, but you look at 1.9 million views, 2.9 million views 4 or 5 days ago. This has 1.4 in 22 hours. Maybe all his fans rushed in to see this one video. But I don't know. It seems like people would actually want to see this. It's very weird. Very weird responses. Very wiggly, squiggly movement from this guy. Here we go.
It's so
Absolutely,
strong.
I
C
bet.
or Big
So
Tech?
why are you hiding behind Sam Cedar?
Oh no!
Have
no,
a conversation
No, me and Sam are aligned. I'm
with
not
him.
hiding.
Well, you're
He
just a liar.
No, so you're a
Ethan,
liar.
because remember
You
we said,
brought
hold
in
on a second,
somebody
hold on a
else to
second.
debate.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
sort of feels
It's
like you guys
ridiculous.
are the ones who are hiding.
Really? Hiding?
Really?
No, no.
Being
This is
completely
actually.
open
Who
about it.
snuck in on you?
Who's the guy who never appears on
completely
stage,
open
never
about
does a live show?
But is it?
Now we've seen this from Crowder before, right? To where it's like it seems like he's all of it is just character, PR moves, and shit like that, bro. He did this with Rogan when Rogan like smushed him on the weed debate, like embarrassed him badly. Badly embarrassed him, right? And Crowder was like, "Well, you have Jamie here. Look at you teaming up on me." It's like, whoa, how's that not one of the most exposing things ever, bro? You have a stance about something, and then you're like, okay, you're backing off of it, and then when someone's like schooling you on each point, you're still like, oh, come on, this isn't fair. Let me bring my tech guy in, huh? How about that? It's like, are you worried about is like how you look? That's narcissistic, and I already heard his other ideas, the words like psychopathic. So, just saying. Might actually give you a clip of that, but here we go.
Never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding.
Right.
Everything we do is out in the open. H3.
You don't let a shadow of comedy on your program? So you're hiding? Is that what he said?
Never does a live show,
But is a comic.
never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding.
Right.
Everything we do is out in the open. H3.
Everything we do is out in the open because you're doing comedy? See, that's jibber jabber. That's babble. That's nothing. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. And I told you about Michael Brooks, who do the comedy spiel. And Seder does plenty of fucking, I don't find him funny. I don't see him really like, he cracks jokes here and there, but it's more of the topic itself that's funny. Right? Like, oh, look at Ben Shapiro embarrass himself or something like that, and everyone laughs at it. But for sure, Brooks was doing comedy-style things. Go watch the Alex Jones Ben Shapiro video where he plays the Ether song or Ether beat. That's funny, but that's an irrelevant, like, incoherent statement. Like, what does that mean? It even puzzled Seder. It's kind of funny. His eyebrows were puzzled.
Never does a live show,
But is a comic.
never even allows a shadow of comedy to be perceived on his program. It's just hiding.
Right.
Everything we do is out in the open. H3, you know.
Steven, you're wearing
That one I would have stopped him like,
So what?
Hold on a second, yeah? So? I want to normalize responsible gun ownership. Is that your debate? No wonder you had to bring in a hack for you.
You want to call it a
Crying out loud. That was his debate.
he is a hack. But Crowder, come on, bro. You're probably a devil worshiper. Being real about it. Definitely a neocon.
Your debate. No wonder
Fans
you had
don't
to
know
bring
that,
in a
but-
hack for
You
you.
want to call it a
Crying out loud. That was his debate strategy.
Should we write it for you?
You have a holster, bro. You have a holster. As he takes advantage of mentally ill women for a show that just is dwindling. All right, okay. All right, Sam. You got.
I don't know what that's reference to. Had nothing to do with anything.
Hope you enjoy Politicon.
Hold on. Let me just make
Hope you enjoy Politicon, Ethan. We'll release the private
Yeah, you
messages.
take it easy.
I didn't hear one argument about why, like about debating itself. Like, oh, this is why this shouldn't happen. I didn't hear one like real argument about that. All I heard was your audience is smaller. Is that a reason not to debate ideas? You don't even do comedy on your show, hater. Like what? Wow.
Easy.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's adorable.
Uh,
Hey, Sam, one thing before I go. Can you take off your glasses? One thing before I go.
I
Can you
just
take
wanna
off your
see-
glasses?
we just wanna see if
I
there's
just want to
buttons.
see if you take them off. If you have the Velveteen Rabbit buttons. That's the only thing I'm
wanna
curious
see.
about. It's the only interesting part about you.
or if there's a soul.
Just take off the glasses.
Let's debate.
Don't
What
hide
does that
behind
do
the
anyway?
glasses, Sam.
Don't say let's debate. Ethan.
See how that wasn't funny at all? It's just
I
like,
love you, debate.
What?
All right, this is sad. This is why we don't
Ethan,
debate.
shut up.
All right, good. You guys are good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Won't even take off the glasses. All right, yeah, you can give
Bye-bye.
it the X. This is just
you won't debate. He won't take his glasses off. Ha 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 ha. Like this is all a PR stunt maneuvering horse shit to make himself look good for his like he's just clearly he's caught in a bad situation, right? And he's looking bad through this entire thing. But he's going to say little things here and there to make sure that at least there's some ounce of doubt within his fans' minds that Crowder's actually doing the winning here. They have to do that, otherwise, come on, bro. Like I said, if I take Crowder out of it, just put a fucking blank screen and put transcript from person A, Crowder fans would be like, the fuck? They're like, what? It's like, why is that a response to this? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense. But fans will fan. And just so you guys know, Crowder responds after. You tell me if it's just more excuse making or not. I don't know. Let's play a little bit. I'm curious.
I knew the guy just thought.
Okay.
He didn't even wait. He
never lets you speak.
I like how he goes, your little left hand.
The master file. We knew.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what happens. Like someone like a Sam Seder who just
he didn't even wait.
He never lets you speak.
I like how he goes.
He never lets you speak. Is that what we got from that conversation right there? That he's like, Sam Seder's just overwhelming him with loud words and he's over talking to you. Stop talking over me. And then you do it to him, and then it's no. What the fuck, bro? If you're not catching this, like to where it's like, to where you're not seeing egotistical panic. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say if you're not seeing like what? Why are you talking about fish? We're trying to talk about healthcare. You're talking about fish for some reason. Not even in a metaphorical way, just straight up like how to like fucking throw a line, cast a line or something. The freak. They really just nonsensical. And I'm very curious. I'm going to pay attention to this because this is more than gossipy pop YouTube in my mind. I'm curious because it's not about Crowder or Seed or anything. It's the audience. What are they doing? What are they seeing? It's the same thing I did with a Bernie Sanders and a Tulsi Gabbard and all that shit. Following all these politicians, from neo-libs to neocons to conservatives and liberals, progressives, whatever it is. Instead of looking so much at the cult of personality figure, you look at the audience. What is the audience doing? What is their response to this? So yes, I'm going to pay attention to what the audience is doing. They're both going to do their PR versions. Granted, Seder doesn't have to do as much PR than Crowder has to. Crowder's got to do it. The other guy, the Ethan guy, he seems like he's just chilling, making kooky, funny, whatever fuck videos. I don't watch him at all. I think that's the first time I've ever seen his fucking video or channels. He seems like he's in that pop YouTube lane of doing. It's not really politics. It's more of just culture shit. And so yeah, Crowder's the only one that has to work hard to PR spin this and create a narrative, create a story, so that the fans will. Even the notion of saying like, "Here's our full unedited clip of this," even that's kind of like a PR move, because that had zero relevance for the discussion, bro. That's why I'm like fast forwarding through it. I'm like, why is this relevant? Maybe the part where he brought up like, oh, it's probably gonna be Seder that he's gonna sneak onto the show or something like that. I guess that's relevant. But I would have just showed that and then moved on to the actual debate. So yeah, I'm very curious which direction the audience will go. You clip the comment, called it. It's like, so you didn't sound so prepared. Like you think you would come up with something better if you're like a comedy guy. Seder is a loser. You want? What a clown. I'm not hiding. Doesn't show face. That's That's their cameras. Irony, the guy bringing in another guy to fight for him, calling the opposing side a cap, and so forth. Yeah, so it's like fanboy art. It's like they didn't even actually watch what was being said. And I expect if the fans jump into this comment section, I expect that. Except the difference is you're gonna get a response. That's the only problem could potentially fuck your day up. Is if you say something that makes you feel good because you're on a team or whatever the fuck, or you're trying to be smart or whatever. The only little rain on the parade is that I'm going to respond. And if you respond, I'm going to respond with you. We could just do this forever. Forever and ever. The end of time. All right. So with that said, I want to play this one last clip. It's a video I did a long time ago. Not that long, but decent amount of time ago. And I guess it's for Crowder fans. Here we go.
Israel has a high quality of living and is often at the forefront of modern technology. They sell rugs.
It's not nice when you have a more powerful military to use it effectively to protect your borders. It's not nice to blow away Palestinians when they're trying to breach your wall. Just like it's not nice to shoot a home invader. Couldn't you have shot him in the leg? Is it right to blow away 50-something plus people if some of them are laying down landmines? It's certainly morally acceptable.
It's like, come on, man. Come on, bro. I'm sorry for pausing it, but I had to. It's like, who says that? Who's a comedy guy? It says that. It's like, I understand some hardened military guy who's been in the fucking shit. They've been in the fucking trenches, and they're like, fuck that other side. That makes more sense to me than a fucking guy who's trying to put the veneer of comedy over it. That's psychopathic to say. That's very weird. Almost like he's on a team, and it's not about, like, there's no him there. It's just whatever the team narrative is, I just follow it. It's very weird.
I think the main point should be if we go into a country, you go in to win, you kill their leaders, you break stuff, you end it.
Like, that seems like something a soldier might say, right? Even though I'd call him stupid for saying that, I'd still be like, I understand why you're like that. You've suffered by traumas or indoctrination, or you could even be psychopathic and do that as a soldier. But at least there's some hint of merit there. Why is this guy saying that? This guy who's never been in the military, will never sign up for the military, and saying we should send somebody else's kids into these places. Kind of like what a George Bush or Dick Cheney does, or Barack Obama, or Donald Trump. Kind of what these presidents seem to do over and over again. Send you guys out to fight for them. And why is this fucking Pied Piper out here saying the same shit? It's almost like it's planned or something. I don't know.
There needs to be a civil war in Islam. It is, we need Muslims. We need you to take up arms. There needs to be a systemic approach from Muslims to petition, to protest, to politically and violently actively fight this small contingency of Islamic cancer spreading across the world. We need them to do that. Otherwise, it has to be nukes.
An 18-wheeler spins out of control, and it's all like, brush! In this huge tanker full of diamonds, crawl, crawl.
Oh, man. Tell me that's not psychopathic, man. You tell me which life experience led him to be able to just say that like that without it being, like, questioned. Come on, bro. You're telling me that's a healthy mind saying that? Not some guy who's, like, a soldier and who's, like, you know, who's in that mindset. Just someone just saying that, right? That's kind of weird. But it is what it is. Please subscribe if you like, comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery and Unapologetic's GoFundMe. Both links in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.